Pom Poko preparation number 3. Why do the Ghibli characters appear in Pom Poko? Does everybody know? You already know, right? There's lots of Ghibli characters in Pom Poko. Meow. You're right. There's a scene called Operation Goblin in the climax. Well, it's in the middle, so maybe not a climax. This operation is kind of a raccoon version of the Midnight March in folktales. It starts with a small dance. They start in the middle of the town. These small little things start to do this dance. The image is an extremely accurate enactment of folktales from the Heian to the Edo period. Strange incidents that happened back then. People believed that they were the raccoons doing. The film is based on fairy tale books, folklore, and rumors. It's carefully depicted. He referenced all the folktales from the ancient documents. It was more the folklorists, rather than the anime fans, that were impressed. That's the great thing about Pom Poko. Takahata knows so much and he's so precise. Everybody says it's an academic theory animation. But, like Necron said, Ghibli characters appear from time to time. This is well known, right, Necron? The one on top is Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, and the middle one is Porco from Porco Rosso, and there's Totoro and Taiko from Only Yesterday. Takahata seems so serious on the surface, but I guess he's just a parody-loving nerd. Meow. No, he's not. There's always some meaning to what he does in his works. He is never interested in parodies. The Ghibli characters that appear in the film are mentioned in numerous blogs and YouTube sites. But their significance and why they appear are never discussed. It's such a pity. Takahata's work is always like a textbook that makes you think, why? So this yokai monster operation scene is examined very carefully. Everything, including the awa dance in the beginning, is examined thoroughly. Like I said, the folklorists were more impressed than the anime fans. So the Ghibli characters weren't just thrown in randomly. Case in point, the famous Nausicaa is not included, and there's Totoro, but not the cat bus. There's a reason for that. Taiko from Only Yesterday originally didn't fly. But in this film, she flies horizontally like Superman. It's a mystery. Takahata often uses this trick to make people think. So he's presenting a question to the audience. Why do these characters appear? Yes, he's a bit demanding, but that's how he is. This type of parody scene is usually not the director's idea. It's more the idea of animators. It's mostly for fun. They put them in without the director's permission. The animation director, Yoshiyuki Sadamoto, screamed when we were watching Royal Space Force, and I realized that Jigen from Lupin the Third was among the crowd. It's clear that it's Jigen, and he's actively acting as well. I mean, why didn't they just make him an extra? Why is he acting at the forefront of the scene? I racked my brain about how to explain to the animator that this piece wasn't like that. But if I told them, this piece is not like that, I would contradict myself, because I hired all these people saying, I want the young artists to do whatever they want. So if I said, this piece isn't like that, they'd have been pretty upset. I couldn't say anything, so the chief animator, Sadamoto, put an enormous beard on Jigen's face to hide his identity. But in Pom Poko, the parody wasn't for fun. Takahata would never ever allow his team to do such a thing. There's a reason for the Ghibli scene. And each movement of the characters has a reason too. The clue is in this footage. I think it's only like 5 seconds altogether, so please look closely. Their movement, the direction they look in, and how they move, that's where you find the answer. I'll tell you the answer in the next Nico Nico Live. The reason why Takahata had the Ghibli characters appear in his film. These questions ought to make you think. I am seeing lots of comments now. Yes, you're getting close, that's right. So everybody, good luck. You have that to look forward to next week. Let's move on. Now, Nekoron, your turn. Meow. Finally, the day has come. Otaking Seminar is finally tackling Pom Poko. But I, Nekoron, am concerned about one thing. My idol, Mamoru Oshii, said that he doesn't like Pom Poko. Okada, please read this book for me. Let's talk about the Ghibli we've never talked about. I use this all the time. It's page 172, isn't it? I've already marked the page. When you read this page, Oshii writes so many negative comments about Pom Poko. First, he says the scenery is awful. Since the story is about nature conservation, the scenery should look better. Miyazaki would create breathtaking sensual scenes, like the scene where the grass grows under the forest spirit's footsteps in Princess Mononoke. The audience automatically sees the beauty of nature, whereas in Pom Poko, there is no movement in the scenery, not enough details. No clouds drifting in the sky, no dewdrops. There's only plain scenery, like a painting. Nobody's going to be impressed. So in this book, they discuss why he didn't make the scenery more beautiful. After all, this film criticizes the destruction of nature. Oshii states that he himself doesn't know why. So please check the scenery next time you see it. It's true that Pom Poko is about the preservation of nature, but Takahata doesn't use the full power of animation to express the beauty of nature. It's simply a background. You'd be worried, but you know Ghibli's really good at drawing scenery, so you accept it. Miyazaki always makes things move in the background, highlighting the beautiful points. He knows how to do that. That's why his work looks so good. However, like Oshii said, most of the scenery in Pom Poko is too plain. But there's a reason for that too, and I'll explain it to you in the next Nico Nico Live. It's going to be aired on April 7th. I'll explain more about it then. Why did Miyazaki, why did he cry at the screening, even though he desperately wanted the film to be scrapped? Why did Takahata stick with the idea of testicles? Which rakugo was he referring to? Why do so many Ghibli characters appear? Why didn't Takahata make the scenery more beautiful? I'll answer these questions on April 7th. Also, in today's second part, the limited part, because I'm just back from Detroit and I'm tired, I'll play my lecture footage about the relationship between the salon business and religion. I was asked about it in the online salon the other day. There is a Q&A in it using the whiteboard, so it's a lecture really. You can see how I usually create my ideas, and it's pretty transparent, so it's embarrassing to show. But you can see the process of how I receive a question, think about it, and answer. You'll see how I theorize. Although it's